everyone, just popping in to tell you a little bit about my new program, the Lemonade Stand. So this is the second time that I've run the Lemonade Stand program. It is a small project program. So rather than making a big quilt, my block of the months are always about making a big complicated thing. This is like a little palette cleanser before the next block of the month starts. It's small, easily completed projects. Each month for 6 months there is a pattern comes out and you get a project and a coordinating small quilt. So like these are doll quilts, what I like to call doll quilts, essentially because historically little quilts like this were made for little girls to learn how to sew. So they would make something for their doll. So there's our doll quilts. These are some of the ones from the previous program, not all of them but some of them. And each month there is a project that goes with the little quilt. You can choose to make the project, you can choose to make the little quilt. It's entirely up to you. You will end up with a bunch of really cute little quilts, some of which are very, very able to be made into an enormous quilt. This, for example, if you repeated those blocks, makes the most stunning and amazing full quilt. And obviously something like a trip around the world does too. And otherwise, if you don't want to make the little quilts, you can end up with a whole bunch of really sweet little projects. So I'm going to show you some of the ones that we did last year so that you have an idea. Talk to you a little bit about the kits and how they come and give you a little sneak peek of the first project for this year. So here is one of the little projects from last year. This is the Lilies quilt, and it was machine pieced and hand appliqued down. So it's a nice easy little one but could be made into a beautiful quilt, and I did give some layouts for how to do that. And the small project that went with that was this absolutely beautiful little felt pin cushion, and the little kit for it comes with, or came with, in fact I think I maybe have one or two of these left for sale, but it came with everything to make it. So we won't be doing these little bags this year because cute as they were, they just didn't fit everything in very well, to be honest. But it has, this was the blue colourway, so we have all of the felt to make it and the fabric to make the petals and everything that are on there. These are fabric. It also has the wire to make these bend up and down. It has the weight inside it, has the little plastic cup, the whole thing. And then each kit had a special little extra present. So this was what was in that month. It was a little bird needle minder. So to sort of give you an idea of how these kits worked, that one was the Lilies. I'm just going to pass that over to Damien and get that out of my way. Then we had this one here was called Mouse About Town, and that's a trip around the world because I like the idea that it was a trip around the world for the mouse. And the little project that came with that was this dear little mouse needle sharpener. So he has walnut shells inside to sharpen your needle, and he comes in his own little needle roll. And you can put the mousey in there, and a roll of thread conditioner, that's my own thread conditioner, and a roll of thread, and pop all that in your sewing bag and take it with you. Isn't it cute? And then I also gave the option of making a quilt, a little teeny tiny version of this, and a pillow just in case you wanted to make that for a little person in your life and the mousey could go on a travel. I know, I'm slightly mad, but anyway, so that was one of the other things that we made. And then the last one I wanted to show you from last time, just so you get an idea of what the projects might be. So this project was called Duck Duck Goose, and it's a square and a square block with some hand applique and hand embroidery. And then the little project that went with it, we had this little snap pouch, a little snap top on it, and the ducky's bum up on the back, and looking at the reeds on the front. And then there's a covered tape measure that goes with it. And that was the little project that month. So they're really fun and cute and useful. This is another one of the kits. What's in this one? Oh, this was a kit for one of the cushions. So this was how they came. This year they're going to be packaged with the pink and white stripe that you see on the logo, just to make it a little bit easier for us to actually pack them. But that's the kind of thing that you're going to be making. So each month you will get the quilt pattern and the small project. This year we're looking at, I have an apron pattern, a pattern for an apron with some piecing and stuff on it. We have a pieced little project bag, there's some applique, there's some piecing, there's all sorts of things. There's options to hand piece all kinds of stuff, and you'll be learning lots of different things, and if you already know how to do all the things, then you will just be able to whiz them all together and have a lovely, very quick time making them. So normally I don't give you a sneak peek, there's surprises each month, but this time around I wanted to give you a little sneak peek of this project. This is our first project, and partly the reason that I wanted to show you is because I've decided to open the kit sales for this one up now, so that if you want to order the template set, you can order the kit for this at the same time and not have to pay 2 lots of shipping. It can all be shipped together. I just figured, you know, with everybody having everything sent all around the world, that was probably a nice easy thing. So this is our first project. It's called the Velvet Fog, and it is made out of velvet. So I don't know if you can see the lovely texture on that, Damien. It's got a lovely lovely little nap. He's directing me. Lovely little nap on it. It's absolutely beautiful. It's not silk velvet. It's an acrylic velvet, a polyester velvet, and that's because it's going to get lots of wear. So you don't want it to be going all manky and nasty 5 minutes after you make it, but also so it doesn't stretch while you piece it. So it's absolutely beautiful to stitch onto, believe it or not. This has just been appliqued on, and if you wanted to, you could even fuse this applique onto the velvet. I'm going to tell you how to do that when we get to it, and then you'd have to obviously machine stitch around it to make it stay. But what it is a lovely little needle book. So you can see I've been using mine. It has little felt pages inside, and I'm actually working on something, so I've got some little labels in there keeping themselves company, and all of my needles and pins that I'm carrying around with me. It has a little snap close, and this funny little fella on the front, and this lovely little sun on the back. So it's very, very cute. It's got a really nice spine, and I will teach you how to make all of that. Now the kit for it has all of the velvet for the outside. It has the snap, all the bits of felt for the inside, a piece for the lining, a piece of cardboard that's going to keep the covers stiff for you, and that is all. Because what I've decided to do is everybody has so many scraps, so you'll be able to use all your own scraps for the applique parts of things, and then I'll give you the pieces that matter. So the fabrics won't be the same, they'll be slightly different, the lining fabrics, but the velvets will be the same, and you've got a choice of colours. So we have the green, the same as mine. There's a lovely sort of dusty pink. We have a dark maroon. It's a really lovely sort of rich red. And a mustard yellow. So those are the 3 options in the kits. Inside the kit is enough velvet to make the little velvet fog, and also, which I haven't quite finished so I couldn't show it to you, but I can show you what it's going to look like. This little thing, which will be made out of velvet on the outside and have a little flower on each side, appliqued on each side. I haven't quite finished it. I would have liked to show you, but that's life. What this is, it's an ort holder, O-R-T. Orts are the little bits of thread that you carry around with you when you're out stitching somewhere and you cut your thread off and you've got all these bits of thread hanging around, right? So inside here is felt, so that all of your bits of waste thread all hang on in there. And then on the outside will be the pretty velvet. So I'm actually thinking that I'm going to make a matching set in all the colours and have them in all my work bags, because I think it's really sweet. But I find these really, really useful. This is one that I made out of Liberty quite some years ago. And it just carries around with me, you know, if I go to my quilt group or I'm stitching in the car or what have you, there's always one of these tucked into my handbag, so that all my bits of leftover scrappy stuff are somewhere tidy and not left in little piles all over the place. So the velvet that is in your kit will be enough to make both of them. The felt that is in your kit will be enough to make both of them. And then you will also have all of the little bits and pieces you need. The little bit of elastic, the button, the little snap, felt on the inside, and this piece of lining fabric for the inside of the needle holder. So that is what is in the first kit. So there will also be a quilt that then comes with this little set of bits and pieces. And the quilt, which I also can't show you yet because that's part of the surprise, will incorporate the applique from these two pieces. So it will be a matching situation. The quilt will not be made with velvet, so I won't be providing any of that fabric in the kit. It'll be a lot more scrappy. You can make it out of whatever you've got at home in whatever colours you like. But making a quilt out of velvet and then quilting it and everything is just a pain in the bum. So we won't do that. We'll just have these little fun things. So that's the first month. You get your little sneaky peek. I have a lot of really, really fun things planned for you. There's a little drawstring bag. There's something pieced out of tumblers, which is very sweet. There's a lovely apron. There's all sorts of gorgeous things. So I hope you'll join me for the lemonade stand for 2026.